stuff.
How you been?
I'm all right.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you in a month.
I know a lot of drama,
Yeah.
you know, like with this stuff and just like swelling and getting it back down and just been a lot going on, one right after the other lately.
Teeth,
Normal aging.
everything.
I know, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, edema we don't count as normal aging. I hate edema.
No. For you, we'll just say normal aging.
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that.
Sounds better.
I mean, you know what though? I'm like, I'm reverse aging right now. It's really weird.
You're reverse aging.
I'm totally
like that
reverse
movie,
aging.
Benjamin
Button.
Yeah.
I'm.
You're like Brad Pitt.
That is the best because you know what it feels like it. When we were looking at my posture yesterday with the physical therapist and how much, like even now, they told me I've had every single doctor, and I know I've done some damage that's not reparable.
Yeah.
But I am, no worries, no worries. I am totally floored by
body's response.
and how fast. Because everything I've ever tried to do when I'm trying to get better happened really slow or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect such positive results so quickly.
Are you gaining weight?
It seems like
Muscles.
Yesterday I was, wiping, cleaning up and I touched something and I'm what is this? And before that would have triggered me because for some reason in the disorder side, which is just barely a noise anymore, it would say any kind of weight is weight. It doesn't matter. Water, muscle, body fat, it's just weight, So it wasn't like, well, I'd rather have fat than muscle or I didn't have those calculations. And normally, muscle is a bit more dense and it's a bit heavier, right?
Yeah.
So normally, I know, look at you, you're all but normally, I wouldn't say normally, historically, I should say, I would get panicky a little bit and then I would talk myself down. This time, I was smiling and I'm all, okay, I was taken aback because I knew the gain was coming.
Yeah.
But I was taken aback. Yeah, but it was so weird. I was so taken aback at my instinctive response. So that means, because your brain, it took me years to think the wrong way. Well, it's going to take me years to think the correct way.
You have to reverse.
Right, but now it's showing after these past several years of working on the mind, after everything that happened, it's reprogrammed. Like it's now starting. It's really exciting.
And you're saying your butt's coming back.
I got a gadon.
Your ass is coming back.
I'm telling my dentist office girls, when are we going, And she's like, but Rod can't come. I'm all, you're absolutely right.
How messed up is that? I go, well, I can drop you off and pick you up. I can't be involved.
Like
he could be the designated driver. But it was so fun. I'm like, so that means I'm going to be able to move and play again and a little dance.
Well, it's different whenever you are doing it yourself as opposed to being forced on you.
Oh, yeah.
And being over on water and everything else.
That was when someone, for me, when it was coerced or it was forced and it wasn't up to me, it was dirty weight. I didn't say it was okay, so really it's not right. But if I say it's okay, then it's like that kind of psychology goes off. And we call that, it's like a term you call dirty weight. It's not your weight. You didn't allow it in a way.
It hasn't been
and
clear.
so,
I think you
it
think
hasn't
so
cleared
much
it.
about that part of it, but you forget about all the pleasure that you had of the intake.
But unfortunately, right now, intake is not fun for me because it's painful. Because usually after we eat or something, then I'm back and doubled over because the GI
nausea.
is, nausea and the GI
and lack
is
of
not.
taste.
That absolutely.
Yeah.
But so the whole process isn't pleasant yet. So it's kind of, I look at it as medicine.
Yeah.
That's the only medicine I need is food right now.
Well,
and so that's what's healing, and it's working.
Whatever gets it down.
Yeah.
And you know,
think
all
of it as
the
whatever
little,
you want.
all the little things that you and I work on, it's paying off. Like, I just can't believe, I'm just still amazed. I wasn't expecting such good results so fast.
I'm
just so happy. And
I like your attitude.
Oh, thank you.
The attitude has changed over time.
Yeah, it does. I used to be I would hide and be so dark. I just wanted to hide away. And it's such a darkness that I understand why it has the highest mortality rate. Because it's not only the physical, the psychological is, it's so harsh and cruel.
Stifling.
It's cruel. It's so cruel. And that's why, and that lives in that emotional part. And that's why I feel like I might be able to help people because I know how to talk to it. I know all the crazy, awful things it thinks that you don't want to say out loud, but it's in your head, but you kind of have to say it.
Well, if you have an equation to reverse the process, then others need to know about it.
Absolutely.
Right? If you can successfully get to that point, then this is what it's all about.
But you know
this
what?
Is why we're doing this.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
just for you.
And it's not because I did it. It took a team. It really does. This disease, or a lot of them, you can't fight these things alone. And there's nothing wrong. It's not weak to need people. I mean, we're social creatures, you know? We need people. Imagine, you know, with like statistics on people who isolate, they die earlier. I mean, it's awful. So it's
obvious.
obvious.
So there's 10 times more likely to have a mental disorder through isolation than
that's
if you didn't.
True.
Have
it was
isolation.
Something like that, yeah.
I read that stat.
Yeah, it's just like there's so much out there. But I can see it, but it takes work.
I've definitely learned with what not to do. I mean, I think that's more important knowing with what not to do to make it worse than sometimes to make it better. You know what I mean? Because things in the past that I've done and other people have done that's just made it worse. Yeah,
at that time, a lot of times I could tell someone what makes it worse, but I didn't know how to make it better. I knew I would tell Rod, I can tell you how you can hurt me, but I don't know how to tell you to help me yet. I don't know the answer.
I think the number one thing is that I found though is to not try to connect with you whenever it's an emotional, level. Meaning, like if you're getting triggered by the eating disorder, trying not to debate it.
Yeah,
I've been allowing that time to pass and then talk to you whenever Rachel comes.
Well,
back,
also I try to talk it through myself. I'll go, okay, this isn't permanent. This is fugacious. We've been working on our vocabulary.
Well, I think another good practice is to kind of role play. Like, if you can go back 20 years, what would you tell yourself to prepare that person for the next 20 years?
When we first met, really.
Yeah.
Too.
Like, what would you say?
I would,
knowing what you know now.
What I know now, honestly, I would say, don't hold your secrets. Because that's what caused the pain. I wasn't saying what was going on. It was an abuse.
Yeah.
And so I would have said, say something. Don't hold secrets. Secrets are poison.
Because this came from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you held your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ask for any help.
And I didn't tell anyone
until
because
it was
I
too
felt,
late.
and even Rod, while it was going on, I couldn't tell him because I didn't want him, I was afraid of how he would look at me
Sure,
now.
react.
Like, I'm
abandoned you.
Like, I'm not dirty. It's not something it was kind of forced or something. You just don't want that, or to even for even that person to know, because I didn't want him to go through pain knowing that either. I can't stand anyone in pain. I will do anything to stop it, to my own detriment. But I think a lot of us are like that. If you have children or family, you just don't want them to
have
hurt.
Each other's back.
Yeah, you really do.
So I was anxious this morning, and when I'm anxious, I tend to clean up.
Is that what you do?
I do the same thing.
I tidy.
He does.
Rachel likes to pick a good fight with me. Just
yeah,
so
I tease him.
It's an obsessive thing. Reaction.
It helps.
My wife said, "What the heck are you doing?"
Right,
Go to
right,
work.
right. He's
Like,
the exact same way. Yeah.
So she stopped the cycle right then.
That's awesome.
So she had my back at that moment.
Yeah, you gotta have, and you know what? It's like, we're all everyone's family, and it really is.
Society's supposed to be kind enough.
Yeah, we're supposed to be. No, unfortunately, but if we all, I feel, just kind of do a message of love, because that was the one thing that healed. That I didn't feel that there was anything good about me at all, because if that could happen to me over and over again, then I deserved that. Then something must be wrong. I'm doing something to make that happen. Mm-hmm. And it's that victim thing, and you think that, and then I looked, you have to take a really hard look at yourself and say, well, sometimes and for me, like, I would get taken advantage of or duped all the time. I was very naive and doe-eyed, because certain things you know about yourself, you can't project into someone thinking they'll do that. But unfortunately, things happen, Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't change it, because I would have gone a different path. And now, I used to be the most anxious person. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, it's not so scary anymore.
Yeah, you chill.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not all, like I can't sit still. It's kind of more of a calm energy, It's kind of fun.
I gotta get to that point.
I honestly, and there are,
my mind
moments.
Is constantly moving.
That's the hard part too. Like I was telling just yesterday, what it feels like is, imagine you've been in a fog for like over a decade. You remember certain blips here and there, but it is so unclear. And then imagine all of a sudden you woke up. Your brain is like, whoa, I need to, and it wants to eat everything up. Like, so curious, and it keeps going, which is one reason why it's hard to sleep, because the mind, I just want to research, I want to read, I want to talk to people, I want to learn.
I notice that you can't make really a good decision until you research, and you want to make sure that you don't make a mistake.
Yes.
It's almost like a little excessive. But
yeah, I'm a bit compulsive, unfortunately.
Yeah. We all have our thing.
We all do. I feel we all kind of like, have our little OCD moments that, like, the volume can't be at an odd number, like silly things like that, We all, like, have our little quirks, but that's what makes us unique, Sure. And the same at the same time, We're all different, but we're all the same.
We're all surviving.
Yeah.
Really.
Speaking of
right.
Surviving,
it's a jungle.
There's a tool that you can use to survive. It's called food. You look hungry.
I love the segue. I was thinking of how to segue to food.
I was waiting for a survival word.
So what's on the menu?
Rod has been...
I have a confession to make.
And what happened?
Well, we had meatballs all set up for today.
Oh, yes.
And I kind of didn't realize it, but I ate the rest of the meatballs. And I thought we had more turkey to make more meatballs, and turkey is pork, and so we're gonna do meatballs on Saturday.
Meatball Saturday.
Saturday, our next session, wherever
Sometimes
or whenever it is.
You can't keep them.
I kind of had a problem with them myself.
So I have to tell
I liked
you.
them.
So I had the Tupperware.
Uh-huh.
I put it in the fridge, and my son ate it.
He did.
That's good.
He's like, "What did you do with the meatballs?"
I love it.
He's like, "Why were they small?" I'm like, I didn't say a damn word. Because that's just something I wanted to do at the moment.
I love it.
Yeah. And he's like, "They were different." I'm like, "Did you eat it?" He's like, "I ate most." I'm like, "Okay."
I love
If
it.
the kids like it, then that's good stuff.
Well, he ate it.
He ate it.
So
You did good.
You pleased a 12-year-old.
Boom.
See, life is good.
Life is
You
good.
can
Life is good.
please a preteen. They're what are they? Tweens, right?
I don't know.
Tweens.
He's more of a teenager already.
Oh, really?